everyone! Today I'm going to be talking about the depiction of non-standard speech in the Hulu original series What We Do in the Shadows. This is a show about vampires that are trying to take over the world, and it is filmed in a sort of mockumentary format, think The Office, um, and really focuses on the hilarity that ensues because of how bad they are at trying to take over the world. Get my mouse working. There we go. To begin, the only reoccurring standard American English speakers are Guillermo and Colin. Guillermo is their human companion, but more specifically, their servant. He is pretty much their underling. And Colin, the energy vampire who feeds on people by boring them to death. Um, he he uses very, very dumb dad jokes or puns or things like that to really bore the life out of somebody. In comparison to non-standard speakers, who are the powerful, stereotypical vampire that you would think of when you think of Transylvania. In particular, I'm going to be focusing on Nadja for a couple reasons. So Nadja comes from 15th century Greece, which is very near to Romania, where Transylvania is. She was turned into a vampire by someone known as the Baron, who is a very, very powerful, prestigious figure in the vampire community because he also hails from the homeland Transylvania as well. So Nadja adopts this language variety and retains an L2 accent because we can assume that she did not speak American English in the 1400s in Greece. To give you an idea of what her accent is like, this is a clip of her trying to say the name of her reincarnated ex-lover, Jeff.
Did it again, and in this life he is called Jange. No, it's Jex. Jesh. Jenk? It sounds like Jedge. Gregor! He's not answering because that is not his name.
So as you can see, Nadja's accent is really the butt of this joke because she has trouble pronouncing the F sound in the name Jeff, and it comes out akin to Jesk or Jex or Jeff, Jesh, that sort of sound. This is a concept we've familiarized ourselves with, known as sound substitution. But near the end, she does end up just calling him Gregor because that is an easier word for her to say, and it was also the name that he went by before he was reincarnated. But it kind of shows the difference between a word that is not within one's sound house and one that is. Nadja also displays a lot of femininity in her language because of the fact that she has adopted the more prestigious class. Her male counterparts do not try to change their accents. They do not take on Transylvanian accent. Instead, they retain their respective accents of wherever it is that they're from. We know that she owes her powers to the Baron, so she is trying to imitate someone that she admires, but it also is because it helps her appear more prestigious. And to really sum it up, standard American English in the show is used particularly by humans who are seen as subordinate to vampires. We hear a lot of powerless language from Guillermo in particular. He is often hedging statements and using honorifics, and a lot of the powerlessness that comes along with that, along with the idea of the energy vampire that is someone boring enough to kill you, uses standard American English. Whereas non-standard speakers are much more mysterious, immortal, they're occult, and they're seen as very attractive. They hold a lot of power over humans, drinking their blood, turning into bats, and they're also seen as very comedic and very funny because they don't understand human technology or society, so they endear themselves to the audience in that way. This is also just another take on how different the show really tries to make them, because even with their accents, they also dress different than standard American English speakers as well. You can probably pick out who is the standard speaker and who are the three non-standard speakers. So to sum it up, standard American English is used by characters that are boring, subordinate, and pretty nerdy in the show, and non-standard denotes the occult, immortal, and the intriguing character that holds power over others. Thank you, and watch the show.